evening, America. You are about to meet Sergeant Dave, host of the Remember the Fallen show. After having survived a rollover accident avoiding a landmine in a troop transport vehicle, military acronym LMTV, in the Parwan province of Afghanistan in 2004, he emerges and returns to the United States with an even more compelling tale of perseverance as he navigates the rapids of the troubled VA system. He gains a new perspective with a fever of enthusiasm to all patriots across the windswept fields of America.
You are about to listen to the Remember Fallen show with me, Sergeant Dave, where you'll be listening to my guest, Jarheads, Squids, Wingnuts, Air Force. We call them penguins too because 95% of the Air Force don't fly, and ground pounders, and an occasional coastie. Maybe not. But most of all, I will be advocating to patriots like yourself that get a lump in their throat when they hear the national anthem being played at a ball game. You see, one of us can be run off, two of us can be disregarded, but a show's audience, together, we are a movement.
All right, today's podcast, I'm at the Never Forgotten Memorial Studio in Seminole County, USA, on the Winter Springs Oviedo line. But I will be talking to my guest via cell phone. This guy, he's the commander, is like no other commander that I have seen on Facebook, right? His unwavering efforts to keep the Blue Water Navy Vietnam Veterans Act, H.R. 299, afloat in the rough seas of the Senate is something to hear. Introducing, so right now I have live on the phone from Louisiana, I have attorney John Wells. He's called JB in the Blue Water Navy community. Everybody knows him as JB. And he is the executive director for Veteran Military Advocacy Group. And he just does an outstanding job. John, welcome to the show, and I appreciate you coming on. And I know it's a little early over there in Louisiana. You're in Central Time, and I appreciate getting up early for the show. So, John, kind of just talk about a little bit about yourself and the people that are instrumental with you on this incredible effort, unwavering effort to Senate to go ahead and pass the Vietnam Veteran, Blue Water Navy Vietnam Veteran H.R. 299 Act. Go ahead, John.
Thanks for having me, Dave. Thank you for having me. I'm a retired Navy commander. In my second life, I became an attorney. It was not a JAG. I like to say I worked for a living when I was in the military. And, primarily I got interested in this because of a lady up in upstate New York called Susie Bellinger, whose husband had applied for Blue Water or Agent Orange benefits and been turned down because he was Blue Water. He later proved that he was in Vietnam and got them. She felt that the whole policy here, the exclusion policy of boots on the ground, was just incorrect. Everybody knows that the Agent Orange drifted on the wind and was mixed with petroleum, so it would get into the river system or wash off by the rainfall and wind up into the bays and the harbors in the South China Sea. So this year, we were able to get the bill through the House. This has been like a 7-year effort in Congress, and it's taken a lot of education, a lot of information, and then we had to find an offset, which is required by the Pay-As-You-Go Act of 2010. And we were able to get it up through the House unanimously. And then I think we must have scared the VA because they had just, taken all the gloves off to try to attack this bill. But that's what we're here to fight. And my organization is Military Veterans Advocacy, and you can read more about us on our website, www.militaryveteransadvocacy.org. And we're dedicated to trying to get this thing through the Senate. Now, the problem we've got currently is that the Senate is in recess, as is the House, and will be until after the election. I have met with the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee staff, including the staff director on a few occasions, and they say they are working toward a resolution. We seem to have lost the momentum when the VA turned around and attacked us. By the way, former Secretary Chopin supported us, and he wrote a very nice letter to the committee chairman saying that he thinks the bill should be passed. But the current secretary and the current administration have just tried to undermine everything that supports the bill.
Yeah, John, real quick, if I don't mind to kind of cut in there. So it was obvious that Secretary of the VA Shokin was leaning towards the H.R. 299 Act, And when he made the statement that something needs to be done, I think that was the last straw with either the Trump campaign or somebody. And then 2 weeks later he was fired because
I don't think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was part of his support of Blue Water Navy. I don't think that's what caused him to be fired. There was a lot of issues with, and he was really caught in the middle. I mean, he was undermined from below because the VA bureaucracy felt he was moving too fast, and he was undermined from above because the White House staff felt he wasn't moving fast enough. So he was really caught in bureaucratic chops, and they used this trip to Europe as a excuse, really, to fire him. I think personally, the president just got tired of dealing with it.
Yeah.
And figured he'd get somebody else in. But unfortunately, and I think it was a big mistake. Unfortunately, because I think he was probably one of the better secretaries that we've had. The man would actually listen.
Right.
I met with him twice. I had his email, and you would send him his email, and he would respond. And he was really a really good guy. But the problem is, we have had a lot of enemies in the VA because we've embarrassed them. We've taken the Institute of Medicine, embarrassed them. We've taken them to court, embarrassed them. We've taken them to Congress and the media and embarrassed them. And when Shulkin left, it looked like we were going to get this bill through. They really turned on us. The other factor, and Secretary Wilkie kind of alluded to it in his letter, is I don't think that the Veterans Benefits Administration can process, or at least they feel they can't process, the number of increased claims. That system is so backlogged, so jam-packed, and so inefficiently run that the influx of the Blue Water folks could very well cause it to collapse. And I think that's part of their problem.
Yeah, and it's 90,000 Blue Water Navy that are affected with this claim. Is that correct?
Yeah, 90,000 was the number that we determined. That number was extremely accurate as of about December 2014. So we did a complete analysis on it. The number today is probably a little less. There would still be a significant amount of people. But, here's the other thing people don't think about is the Blue Water Navy has always been the tip of the spear. There's 4.5 million veterans that have been exposed to some form of toxic exposure, from Agent Orange to radiation to burn pits to Gulf War, depleted uranium, Lejeune, McClellan, all these other places.
Right.
So I think the VA is also afraid that if we win the Blue Water bill, that we're going to start pushing for some of the others, and they're correct. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to try to set up a comprehensive toxic exposure program. But the problem we got right now, as I said, the Senate's not in session. The staff directors of the committee say they're going to do something, possibly in the lame duck session. I don't know what it is. But what has really stymied us at this point is the offset, or what's known in the vernacular as the pay-for. Under the Pay-As-You-Go Act of 2010, if you increase benefits in one area, you have to decrease them in another.
Right.
So in order to pay for this bill, we came up with a pretty small increase in VA home loan guarantee funds. Not that I like doing that, but that's what the law requires. All of the veteran service organizations had bought off on that initially. However, without any notice to us, in September, the Legion, the VFW, the DAV, and Paralyzed Veterans basically stabbed us in the back and said, oh yeah, we support the bill, but now we're not going to support part of the offset. Well, the problem is by removing the part of the offset they want to, that would be $124 million. And that would be required. We can't pay for the bill.
Right.
It would come up short.
Right.
So the Senate's dealing with that right now, and although people are tending to blame the Senate and Chairman Isaacson, really the blame should go to these veteran service organizations. So, what's the problem is even if they resolve something to make the DSOs happy, if it's any change in the bill, it now has to go back through the House. So we're looking at, Congress goes back into session, I think, on the 13th of November. So we're looking at about 5 weeks of the lame duck session, assuming they actually adjourn as scheduled and don't adjourn early. We have to get it through the Senate committee, through the Senate House, and then or through the Senate itself, and then back to the House. I'm not sure we're going to have enough time to do it.
Right. Do you think this is a strategy? They want to wait till after the election? After these elections, you think they're waiting for something? Is that why it's possible?
I think the problem is getting the veteran service organizations back on board, and that's taken some time. And look, this was our bill. The VSOs were Johnny come lately to it. They've hung up on it. Now they seem to want to think that they're in control of it. Unfortunately, the Congress tends to give those big organizations, I think, more due than they should. So, that's where the problem is right now, is with the Legion, the VFW, the DAV, and paralyzed veterans.
But did you say American Legion was one of them?
Yep, American Legion, VFW, DAV, and paralyzed veterans.
Oh, wow, all four of the big ones, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, that's the big problem we have. The military coalition, which is made up of the rest of the organizations, they're on board. The veteran service officers are on board. We have just about everybody on board. And again, this is something that the Big Four had agreed to initially before it went through the House, and then they just basically turned around and backstepped us.
So just like the Senate did, right? How is it that the Congress passes the H.R. Act 299, 382 unanimously, right? And then the Senate derails it. I mean, are congressmen more patriotic than senators? I mean, how does that happen when you have such an overwhelming, unanimously, the Congress and then Senate just kills it in the water, just sinks it? How is that?
Well, I think primarily we had the support in the House, and that's taken a long time. I mean, I visited every House office at one time or another. Okay, but it's when it came to the Senate, I think it would have been a clear sailing until that legislative hearing, and the VA threw up a bunch of mud, and the chairman had to do his due diligence, at least take a look at that, and then once we had answered all that, and I did a point-by-point rebuttal of what the VA brought up, and frankly, it wasn't hard, but it did take some time.
Yeah.
Everything was fine, and I think we were swinging back towards something until the VSOs, the Big Four VSOs, wrote that letter pulling the support for the offset.
Yeah.
That's what the problem is.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like
if this bill came up for a vote, I think we'd have somewhere north of 85 senators on board.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more. We have a couple of folks that are being cantankerous, but even they say they would not put a hold on the bill. What's kicking us right now is just working this issue out with the VFW, the Legion, DAV, etc. So if your listeners out there want to help, they can write those organizations and say, look, drop your opposition to the offset. Let's get this bill passed.
I agree. So audience out there, go ahead and write your American Legion, your VFW, your DAV, and your Paralyzed Veterans of America. This fact that John just said, to have them come aboard again on this bill to keep this thing alive. Now it says here, it looks like Wilkie is going to try to push this out to late 2019. I got an American Legion article. In late 2019, VA will publish their peer-reviewed Vietnam-era health retrospective observational study, Wilkie said. So VA recommends waiting on the findings of the study instead of establishing a new presumption without a scientific basis. So they're saying we oppose this bill because the science is not there, and we depend on science, he said, and we care, so we keep looking. That's his excuse.
Yeah, we've proven the science is there.
Yeah.
Okay. And, like I said, they raised that argument the one August hearing. We refuted that. I mean, we've got documented proof of it. And studies have been done before. We don't need another study now. Look, we've got definite proof that the Agent Orange infiltrated into the harbors. We found dioxin in the sediment at lethal levels 20 years after the war. For God's sakes, we just spent $84 million spending up at Da Nang Airport. We're spending more than that on Bien Hoa. So it's there. We have experts, hydrologists, chemists, military officers who all agree that it's there. So this statement that there's no science, it's just a bald-faced lie. Okay, number one. Number two, this study they're talking about is not unique to the Blue Water Navy. We had somebody that was participating in it for a while. It's a waste of time. It's going to come out, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be completely bogus. But why should we wait and let more people die for a completely useless study? The Australians had already determined that there was a higher cancer incidence among Blue Water Navy folks than those guys that fought ashore. The CDC did the same thing in a study of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The science is there. That's just silly. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to knock them around in court right now. We've got a court case pending in the Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit on whether or not the VA's interpretation of service in the Republic of Vietnam should include the territorial seas. We did a oral argument on that back in May. Seemed to go well. The court asked for supplemental briefing on whether the canons of construction required that any ambiguity in a statute be construed in the veteran's favor. We said, of course, that it did, and the court then ordered a hearing by the entire court, all the judges, which is what's called an en banc hearing, and those are fairly rare. And that's scheduled now. Well, we've done our initial briefs. We've had about 8 or 9 amicus curiae briefs filed. The government has until the end of the month to file a response. We'll file a reply middle of November. And on December the 7th, we're going to have oral argument before the entire court. And that's at the Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit in Washington, D.C. It's right off Lafayette Park at 717 Madison Place Northwest. If any of your listeners want to come in, it's available to the public. No signs or anything like that, but you can wear a Navy
shirt and everything like that. Okay.
This case is going to change not only things for the Blue Water Navy, it's going to change how the VA does business, or at least how courts review how the VA does business. Because our position is, and we've got a lot of support for it, that the canons of construction require the VA to look at these regulations, look at the statutes, and to construe them in favor of the veteran. Today, they construe them against the veteran. So, we're hopefully going to affect some change here. It's going to affect not just the Blue Water community, but all veterans at large.
Yeah, we thank you for that, all that effort. And tell us more about Guam. I know Brian Moyer is working hard on that one as well. So Guam is considered part of Southeast Asia, right? And that was affected as well. Is there anything ongoing with the island of Guam?
Actually, there's quite a bit right now.
Yeah.
There's a GAO report that should come out now. The latest has been mid-November. That it was supposed to come out this past summer, but to determine whether or not Agent Orange was used on Guam. We have affidavits from people who say, hey, we actually sprayed it on Guam. Okay. And we've also got some evidence, including the Navy's BRAC report back in I forget what it was, right around the turn of the century. That makes me feel old.
Yeah.
That said it was used all the way up until 1980. So, and there's a lot of evidence to support that. Now, DOD did some testing of the samples and came up negative, but whereas Guam EPA did swamp-based samples and found some traces of it. Problem is, we don't know where they're taking the testing. So we've agreed to finance Brian Moyer to go out to Guam. Brian's on my board, by the way. And we're very lucky that we got a very large donation, right about this time, so that we could try to pay for his trip out there. And we're going to do that if necessary. We're trying to set up a coordinating phone call now with Guam EPA so that we can coordinate that. But as you may know, there's a typhoon going on. So
is there? Oh my God.
But they're looking at doing another round of testing on November the 11th, and we want to get Brian out there. The other thing that we have to do is there's a oversight hearing on October the 31st for the Guam legislature. Senator Teresa Terlage has been very, very helpful in getting those things done. Okay. There's a bill pending in Congress. It's really not going to go anywhere this year. It's been it's an educational process. We've got 435 members of Congress, 6 delegates, 100 senators that have to be educated, and the bill needs to rewrite. But we anticipate next year having the bill cover Guam, American Samoa, Northern Mariana Islands, and Johnston Island. And it's going to be somewhat less, somewhat cheaper than the Blue Water bill. It's still, of course, going to be expensive.
Yeah, okay.
We got a way to pay for it.
Right,
so,
right.
Those are one of the things that...
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
How's the cell phone reception over in Guam?
It's actually pretty good.
Really? I'd love to get Brian on a podcast. Can you talk to him? Would you allow that?
Oh, sure. No problem. Brian's fine. I think he'd be a good... Look, he's the driving force behind it. He's a Guam veteran.
Yeah.
Our new legislative director, Jim Kuyken, is also a Guam veteran. And, we have a very significant interest in Guam. It's certainly our biggest project after the Blue Water.
Right.
And, but again, there's just so many of them. We've got burn pits. Burn pits are the agent went to the 21st century.
Right.
And, we're representing a burn pit whistleblower who basically was cashiered and sent back. She was a Navy lieutenant commander. And because she was raising the issues of burn pits. Well, she developed multiple myeloma, which is consistent with burn pit exposure, and actually passed away this past July. So we're, really trying to take an interest in that as well. We do have litigation on that.
Right.
The other thing is the VA, in a law, there's what they call a notice of comment requirement for regulation, but that's not required for certain interpretive manuals. So what the VA is doing now is, in a lot of cases, putting out things like the Blue Water and the Guam restrictions via their interpretive manuals called the M21-1 manual. We have a case pending at the Supreme Court saying that, gee, guys, you can't escape judicial review by using that M21 manual. We've filed our petition for cert because the D.C. Circuit said we had to go to the Federal Circuit. The Federal Circuit said they didn't have jurisdiction. D.C. Circuit said, yeah, they did. And so we basically asked the Supreme Court to get involved and say, can we get judicial review on this, just like everybody else can get judicial review on about any decision that's made by any federal agency? And, we've got our petition for certiorari, went through a screening committee on October the 12th and moved forward. We have another screening committee coming up on Friday, October the 26th, and we're hoping that we make it through there and the Supreme Court actually grants certiorari. If we do that again, we have a way of forcing the VA to change the way they do business.
Right.
Now, Secretary Wilkie has said that he wants emphasis on customer service. God knows they need it. But these two cases, if we win them, will actually force them to do customer service in a much more liberal application of the law and the regulations to the individual veteran. So we're hopeful.
Yeah, I think...
we're not giving up, but that's one thing I want to say. Military veterans advocacy will not give up. We'll fight them in the agency, we'll fight them in Congress, we'll fight them in the courts. And, as long as we got breath in my body and a few pennies in our bank account, we're going to continue to fight.
Yes, you have the spirit, definitely. I'd like to introduce you to Lauren Price. She'd be a great advocate to pick up the torch after the lieutenant commander that passed. Have you met her yet, Lauren Price?
No, I have not. I've heard the name now.
Yeah, we'll have to put you in touch with her. She's a fighter as well. She has, she has that in her body. She can't get rid of it. She's definitely going to pass from the burn pits, the chemicals that are inside her body that she bred during her stay in Iraq. So, yeah, I'll get you definitely in touch with her. And so, John, I'm going to go to a quick commercial. Do you have another few more minutes? I know you had a meeting to go to.
Yeah, about time
Okay, I'm going to put you to brief pause. We're going to go to commercial. We're going to come back with Attorney John Wells to end the podcast. We're going to do a post follow-up with what we've been talking about, and we'll be right with you. All right, it's that time in the show. For all you fit veterans in the audience, get down and give me 22 push-ups for the 22 veterans that will die of suicide every day. Get down.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all set to begin with the Spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the Spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Most writers and radio show hosts know that to connect with your fans, you need to do more than just write books or record the latest podcasts. There are many different elements that go into forming an online platform, but there are also many hidden traps. To make matters worse, solid advice on how to survive the muddy waters is scarce. In the book Hidden Traps, I talk about some of the important issues of working with an online platform, highlighting traps that could put your physical or internet security at risk, or be harmful to your reputation. Are your social media posts just links with a few disjointed words making you look like someone who can't complete a sentence? Did your new website cost you more than you anticipated? Are you leaking your personal contact details across the web without even knowing it? Then you need Hidden Traps. Hidden Traps is now available in paperback and ebook from a variety of retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. Visit blackwolfpublications.com for more details.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com. Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Sometimes riders feel lost, unsure why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing to full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, offering manuscript critiques and line edits through a mentoring editorial style. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services, visit blackwolfeditorial.com.
Okay, here we are back with attorney John Wells. We call him JB in the military. And John, I do want to ask you about this Shokin incident. Okay, it seems like when you finally get close to the VA secretary, which could take 2-3 years, right? Finally, when they get you, they're starting to listen, they're showing empathy, and then the administration fires them, finds ways to fire them. So you have to start the relationship all over with the new VA secretary, Sulky. So is it difficult that you have to just start everything all over, build that relationship again for your team?
Well, and I knew Secretary Wilkie when he worked for Senator Tillis, so, we already had somewhat of a relationship. When I talked to him in his confirmation hearing, he said that he agreed that we need to have a meeting, but that meeting has never taken place. We've tried to schedule it in August. We tried to schedule it in September. We're even trying. He's coming down to New Orleans area at the end of this month, so we're trying to do that. I've been able to accidentally run into him a couple of times on the Hill, so he knows I'm around. I think his problem right now is he's got so many things he has to do that he's just kind of wants the Blue Water thing to go away. Secretary Shulkin was completely different. He's a doctor. He was much more empathetic. And again, I think that it was a mistake of the president to fire him. But, we have to deal with who we've got. I can tell you that those people are probably better than Bob McDonald. Now with him, I'm definitely not impressed.
Right, yeah, I remember Bob, yeah, right, exactly. And so this is a good time to mention your staff. I mean, who else is instrumental? Your board, you said you have quite a board. Let's go ahead and just bring their names up front and kind of let people know.
Please remember that all of us are volunteers. Nobody gets paid. We're trying to take care of expenses, but, last year I personally put about $8,000 into the organization, and this year it's actually gotten a lot better. We've got a lot more donations, but that's how we live, is on donations. You can donate on our website, any little commercial there. But Susie Bellinger is Deputy Chief of Staff for Congressional Liaison, and she does just a fantastic job setting up all the appointments. There's no way I could do it without her. And she also has a number of folks working with her to send out emails to various members of the Congress and the Senate. And they've actually got the nickname of Susie Grams on the Hill, being known far and wide. So she's been very instrumental in getting everything going. Jim Heinken joined our board. He's retired Marine Corps Sergeant Major, and he also worked for Homeland Security and was a retired SESer. He's been exposed to about every potential chemical you can get. He's our guy on the ground there in Northern Virginia, and has been a definite addition. Of course, we've got Brian Moyer, who's our Guam guy, and he's on our board and is working hard to try to get coverage for the folks on Guam. Mike Yates, Mike Convitzis, Tom Walden are all Blue Water Navy folks. Mike Yates also is National Commander for the Blue Water Navy Vietnam Veterans Association, so we have a very close relationship with them. We also have Bill Collins, who's a Marine Major. He's actually in Germany right now. He's a former staff director for a subcommittee for the House Veterans Affairs Committee. And Tom Kucha, who's a retired Army National Guard lieutenant colonel. So we try to get across the entire spectrum. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anybody, but we have a lot of folks that we're working with right now, and have been very helpful in making this process go. I'm hoping to also bring on a retired Air Force colonel by the name of Rob Manus, who actually has been a wing commander, squadron commander, and is also located down here in Louisiana. In fact, he ran for the Senate, U.S. Senate. Didn't make it, but certainly is very familiar with the political system. We're looking at him coming in as chief of staff.
All right, another leader. You guys are leading from the front, no doubt about it. We could catch some great tips from you guys, what you're doing, in the trips you're taking to Washington back and forth. And you said you had some funding this year, which is great. So where can they reach you again to donate, John?
Go to our website at www.militaryveteransadvocacy.org, and there's a donate page there. We do accept Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and also if you follow us on Facebook at Military Veterans Advocacy, there's a donate button there which you can donate. We have a number of fundraisers throughout the year, but we also gain some support through the Combined Federal Campaign, which is the federal government's version of the United Way. And our CFC number for any of you federal employees out there is 59905. And I'll say that again as you're grabbing for a pen, 59905. So as you make this is the CFC, Combined Federal Campaign, season right now where people are deciding what to donate to. And again, our number is 59905. You can also donate to us via Amazon Smile, purchase things on Amazon. If you designate Military Veterans Advocacy as a charity, you'll see Amazon actually generates a small amount of their profit to us. I mean, it's only probably running, I think the last one was about $40 a quarter, but $40 a quarter is $40,
every little bit. Right, every little bit helps, and and just getting the word out that you're tied in with Amazon, that helps for advertisement as well. So, John, I want to thank you. You are the tip of the spear. Your whole group are doing some unwavering things in going against the Senate, which must be tough to do. And they look like they're pushing till late 2019 to get back to you. So you have still another whole year of putting everything together, and I know that time is not on the side for the Blue Water Navy Vietnam veteran who will pass while they're waiting this whole year that Sulky is going to wait for evidence of science to come through. So we appreciate you coming on, all your efforts, John. I know you're going into your own pockets, and we hope to get some more donations coming your way, and I'm looking forward to hearing Brian Moyer in Guam and the great things you've got ahead. So I want to do is appreciate you, John, for all your hard work, and we're going to sending off to Attorney John Wells, JB, from Blue Water Navy Vietnam Veterans HR 299 Act, doing an outstanding job. JB, we salute you. Have a good day, John. You're welcome.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, it's getting 0:30 for the show, and I'm just about ready to go into rack ops mode. But before I relax, never one last promo. So go to Sergeant Dave Matthews at gmail.com. That is SGTDAVEMATTHEWS at gmail.com for suggestions for the show's content. Or if you know a good advocate like to come speak on the show, you can email me as well. Once again, Sergeant Dave Matthews at gmail.com. Remember, that's 2 T's in Matthews. Or you can go to my Facebook page and like the page at Remember the Fallen, all one word. Or you can also hit me on my Twitter handle at Heroic Memorials. Or if you're not into the Twitter bird chirping thing, you can go to my website at www.neverforgottenmemorials.org and mark your calendar every Thursday night on your phone at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at KLRNRadio.com. And you can also go to iHeartRadio.com, pull up search, go to podcast, and hit search again, and type in Remember the Fallen Show. You'll see all my archive shows there as well. Okay. every Thursday night. That's in order until all the troops come home.
Okay, I'm going to leave you guys with our new Remember the Fallen anthem from We Ride from Blackbird Anthem.
I want to thank Adam Martin from BlackbirdAnthem.com for giving us the privilege to use his song, We Ride, as the Remember the Fallen anthem song. It's about convoys going up in Iraq and Afghanistan. He protected the roads to Anaconda in Iraq, high-speed MP, and here it goes, because he protected all the M8s, the Humvees, and LMTVs. The same thing, accident that happened in my rollover, and we lost my 19-year-old gunner. This song is for my 19-year-old gunner we lost in our rollover in 2004 for Brandon J. Wadman. Here it goes. Tonight we ride.